Welcome back, everybody. This is Ash the Banner Guy. I'm actually getting ready to start stage 3, or what should I say, part 3 of this tutorial, where I actually start showing you some of the highlighting techniques that I use, and just generally, just what I do to make this, banner really do what it does. At the moment, I'm about to start picking out the flames, and I basically just start at the top, and I'm literally just going to be dragging down the, dragging it down and just trying to really leave some of the red at the bottom, but almost get rid of all of that red, because the idea I've got is I want to try and get it so once this is done, it looks like it's a proper pyre of flame. The reason for this is because I'm trying to do a funeral pyre for this part here. That's the reason for the little guy at the bottom. And what I'm trying to do is just emulate what flames actually do, with the darkest being at the bottom, the lightest being at the top. And I'll also be doing like little bits around the sides where I almost have a glow kind of thing going on. So areas like this, I'll have a bit of a glow. On here, I'll have a bit of a glow. On here, I'm going to have a bit of a glow. And basically, all I'm trying to do is just make it so it seems like the flame is actually where it's meant to be. In the background, you'll notice I don't have that flame going because that's background. I don't want it in the background. I just want it in the foreground. But yeah, slowly I'm just trying to add a little bit to it each time as I go. Now as I proceed, I'm going to add more and more yellow to this. And I'm actually just using old Games Workshop ones. These are from back in the day. I mean, we're talking like this kind of pot. The color that I'm using is a sunburst yellow. I can't remember right now what the actual color translation would be. If someone does remember, please feel free to throw it in the comments down below. But yeah, all I'm doing at the moment is just trying to emulate the idea of what flame should be. I'm going to be, slowly picking out all the details now, really trying to make everything jump and, just kind of get it so it looks like it's meant to be. Get it so it actually fits the theme of what I'm going for here. And just really, try and make this flame go the way it's meant to look. As well as this, what I'm also going to be doing is picking out all the extra details on the front to really bring everything to the forefront. I've done something unusual with this one, and that's that I've literally painted the gold and the silver as gold and silver. I'll be dulling this down through a series of washes and other things. But yeah, what I'm doing at the moment is just the next step of highlights and getting everything so it really starts to come alive. For this part, I'm not actually watering the paints down at all, because I want to see that contrast. I want to see the yellow kind of popping. I want to see all of the brush strokes. I want to get the point that this is a hand-painted banner. I actually do that kind of deliberately just to emphasize the fact that this is a created banner for somebody, because when I first started doing it, I had people saying that, oh, all you've done is you've just printed it. And, don't get me wrong, I was flattered at the fact that they thought I'd just taken something off something and just redone it. But at the same time, it's like, no, a lot of man hours have gone into this. I've been trying to work this for you guys. Actually, I'm going to grab some white and add some white to that yellow. So, give my paint a shake. Get a dab of it, put it onto my tray, and then mix it with the yellow. Here we go. So, a bit more of the yellow. There we go. So what I'm trying to do now is literally just I'm never having the brush going the same way because it's flames. Flames are organic. I want to make sure that everything kind of just does what it does. If you notice, the paints are naturally kind of melting into each other because, well, it's acrylic paints, and when they're still wet, if you apply them to something, they naturally bleed into everything else. That's one of the reasons why, after you've done each layer, you put on a thing of PVA glue. Because if you actually look, you'll actually see a slight sheen on everything now from the PVA glue. When I do my last layer, I actually use something that's from Army Painter, and it's and what it does is it actually removes the sheen from all of the PVA, and it just kind of, you know, helps to stop distracting the eye from the shine, and gets it more along the lines of people actually looking at the artwork instead, which is, you know, which I'm sure you'll agree is important. It's us basically trying to make sure that this does what it's supposed to do. As you can see, I'm starting to get the flame where it needs to be now, and I'm just slowly building it up, slowly adding more white to the mix as well, to really get this going the way it's supposed to be, and also to emulate the color of the army that this is going with, because WP actually has almost like a burnt ember kind of color for his Tzeentch army, and I wanted to kind of emulate that on here, but I wanted to do it in a subtle way, something that ties the banner to the army without actually painting the whole banner in that color, because that could kind of be obtuse, you know. You don't want something that's completely overbearing. You just want it so it, you know, so it actually adds to it and it becomes a hint. And it really does subtly tie it back with the army and really just, you know, melts everything back together the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, as you see, I'm literally just picking at it now, just trying to get like certain areas, make certain things stand out a bit more, and just basically get it so it looks like flame. From this point, you can see that red that was originally on there, that's transformed into a flame now. Almost like a kind of like a deep lava kind of effect, and that's the effect that I was going for with this flame. I'm actually quite happy with that. Because of that, I'm going to move on to the next area. So I've got to wash up my brush, make sure I got it nice and clean. And for my next colour, I'm going to use Scaly Skin as the base for it, and I'm adding white to it until I get it to the colour I need it to be. So, grab the white. Don't mind me, I'm just mixing the paint at the moment off camera. Sorry for the dead air time, but as I said, this is what I do. So I'm used to doing this without actually doing it on camera. So you'll have to forgive me for my little idiosyncrasies and all that good stuff. But yeah, as you see, I've got it to a nice bright color. I brought it to as fine a tip as I can, and now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start picking out details. For this, I am trying to be as light as I possibly can, because I'd rather just do a small amount and have to add to it than do a large amount and have to try and take away, because it's a lot harder to take away than it is to add. Good tip for when you're painting anything, really. Just make sure that, you know, less is more. And you just want to really just try and emphasize, like, the areas that you're trying to emphasize, and that you're not picking out things that you don't need to be picking out. So I'm going to turn this around, because I'm not afraid to turn my thing upside down, because all I'm trying to do right now is just really emphasize like certain key areas. As you can see, for the most part, this fish is pretty much highlighted now. I'll zoom in a bit, actually. There you go. Look at that. That fish is really starting to get there now. I've tried to go for a distressed look on the fish, make it nice and surreal, and really just kind of emphasize how things are going. I actually use this as a tool for me, so I can actually see extra details that I might have missed, and this is something for me. The other thing I do is I do keep the original artwork right near me, like this. Yes, this giant piece of artwork. So I have something as a point of reference, so I can see where I originally drew things, and see if I've missed anything as I'm going along. I mean, basically, all I'm trying to do at the moment is just kind of just accent things. I'm not trying to paint every single area. You know, this isn't a model, this is a banner. This is... I've got all my base coats down now, and all I'm trying to do is just really pick out everything, just make it so it looks the way it's meant to look. You'll see this fin here. I've got to pick this out, so this way the fin is showing again. There we go. And yeah, I just keep doing this kind of thing and just slowly bring it up. And as I said, remember, less is more. So what I'm wanting to do now is just keep going back to it. I'm going to zoom out again, so this way we're back to where we were. There we go. I'm going to keep adding to this, and I'm going to keep adding the little details to it. And once all these tiny little details are done, once again, I'll put a layer of PVA glue over it. This will, once again, protect it to stop all of those details being lost. And it'll really, really just cement the whole thing. But yeah, that's where I'm up to at the moment. Join me in the next video where I will be showing you the final parts that I do for this, just for the banner part. I'm actually not going to be showing you how to place the banner onto the banner pole this tutorial. I just wanted to show you the whole process of how I paint them, so this way you could kind of get an idea and try and emulate it yourself. Remember, if you do want a banner from me, you can contact me via email or Facebook, and both of the links are down below. As well as that, you know, other than that, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks, bye.